Square, another great neighborhood in Brookline. We're standing right in the middle of it. Obviously, one of the big things about Brookline, and especially Washington Square, is you've got the T right here, so you can see
train tracks.
The train tracks are right here.
Playing on the train.
Wouldn't play too hard on them, but you can get super easily into downtown Fenway. It's super great access to Boston.
Or out of the city.
Or out of the city if you need to get out every so often. The other cool thing about Washington Square is got tons of awesome shops here. If you look around us, there's
restaurants, bars, pubs, everything.
Everything. So one of our favorites is right there, the Public House. Awesome selection of tons of beers on draft that I've never heard of. So tons of restaurants, little shops. It's really what makes Washington Square so unique and really just so desirable.
And as far as what types of residences are around here, right? You do have a lot of apartment buildings that you can see. So there's big apartment buildings. There's some multifamilies. There are a couple larger, properties that would be, big single families. Those are a little bit more rare. But there's a bunch of different kinds of mixed housing right here. Whether you have a commercial level on the first floor and residential above, you get a real good mix of those different types of living situations when you're in Washington Square, which you get to take advantage of Brookline and all that has to offer, but you want to know what kind of buildings are right here. So if you look around, those are a bunch of different options that you can see.
Which is why you see a huge mix of people living here, right? You got everyone from young professionals,
students and renting,
to large families living here. Obviously, the Brookline school system is a huge attraction, so it's an awesome mix here in Washington Square.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the best neighborhoods to be at. So come check it out. Alright guys, so we are still in Washington Square. We're taking a little bit of a side street here, and I just wanted to show you guys what one of these little side streets look like and what the houses would look like, right? So you've got a nice little elementary school, you've got some tennis courts, you've got a park and a playground, basketball courts, and then if you twist over to the right, directly across the street, we have these really big apartment buildings, you have condos, you have this beautiful two-door which has this below-grade garage. I've actually been in this house, which is pretty cool. And that's a single family, that's a single family, and that's the one right there I was talking about. So, you've got these, and then right next door, check this out, you've got brand new condo developments going up. So this is a perfect example of that mixed living that we spoke about, right? Where you're getting brand new condo developments, you have apartment buildings right next door, you have single family living, you have literally all of it right outside Washington Square, and your school and elementary vibe, you've got that nice little residential neighborhood, and you've got all these different types of mixed living, so it's really a cool pocket to live in. So, that's Washington. We are cruising down one of the most desirable neighborhoods in all of Boston. This is the Chestnut Hill community in Brookline. So it's its own little separate division within the city of Brookline. So you have the best schools over here and some of the nicest real estate that you can possibly see. And we're actually driving by one of our old listings. So right now we're on Crafts Road in Chestnut Hill. And we actually had 40 Crafts Road as one of our listings. So this is one of the awesome, most premier neighborhoods. I mean, Tom Brady, you might have heard of him. He lives pretty close by to us right now. So wanted to give you guys a little peek of that and check this neighborhood out.
Alright, so we are in the Chestnut Hill neighborhood right now. We're standing right in the middle of Chestnut Hill Mall, as you can see right behind us. So Chestnut Hill is a little bit different than the other neighborhoods we've gone through, like Washington Square in Brookline or Coolidge Corner. It's really more of a single-family neighborhood. So we'll show you our driving through the neighborhood, and you'll see it's a lot of bigger single families. Typically, you see a lot more families living here, less younger professionals, as opposed to the other parts of Brookline. The other cool part about the Chestnut Hill neighborhood, obviously you've got the Chestnut Hill Mall. You have a tea stop here as well, which is awesome. You're close to BC, you have the reservoir. So again, it's kind of more of a how do we say it? Like more relaxed, if you will.
It's more residential.
It's more residential.
It's a little less commercial.
Less bustle.
Yeah.
Less hustle and bustle than the other neighborhoods.
It's a little more suburban. You
Yeah.
get a little bit more suburban feel while being right in the city, right? You get, Brookline, so you get the Brookline schools and all of that, but you have a little bit more of a suburban feel. You have that exterior mall where you can go do shopping. It's a really, really great luxury plaza. There's an awesome Lux Cinemax right here, so you can see movies, and they actually right behind us, and they have attached to it a restaurant, so you can actually get a full dinner, appetizers, all that while you're watching a movie, not just popcorn and soda. And Lululemon, shops, legal seafoods, tons of stuff right here. And we're gonna flip in some B-roll right about now of the inside of the mall. So there's tons of cool stores in there. You got Vineyard Vines, all awesome stores. And this is a great location for you guys to check out. And if you're living in this nice little suburban environment right inside the city, this is where you're gonna do your shopping most likely. So this is Chestnut Hill Mall. Come check it out.
Alright, so we're in our final neighborhood. This time we are right in the middle of Coolidge Corner. You can see the old sign right behind us.
Yeah. It's been called Coolidge Corner since the 1850s.
1850. So actually, we just learned this the other day. I guess there was a shop in the 1800s that was a general store, and that's where the name came from?
Yeah, Coolidge Brothers.
General store. That's what it was.
1850s. That's where the whole name comes from.
But today, obviously, as you look around us, it's very similar vibe to Washington Square, where there's a ton of small independent shops, tons of coffee shops, little restaurants. Very, very cutesy feel. I love New England cutesy feel.
You're very cutesy.
It is very cutesy. Tons of shops. So that's basically the big draw. There's also the famous Coolidge Corner Theater, which is right behind us as well.
There's lots of small local stuff too, right? So you have local bookstores, local coffee shops, local synagogues. You have a lot of small
synagogues with a big Jewish population
here.
There's
a very big Jewish community here. But what you have is a lot of that small old New England shops, as well as some of the new stuff. I mean, you can see Trader Joe's is right there as well. So you get a lot of that new old feel is mixed in with the new.
And the other thing about Coolidge Corner, obviously we're right on the train. This is the same green line that goes through Washington Square. We're super, super close to Fenway and Longwood. So you see a lot of doctors or people that work in the Longwood area. Again, you're close to Fenway, you're close to downtown. So it's right on the verge as Brookline is starting to turn into Boston. So it's an awesome,
more urban.
Yeah,
it's more urban.
Very, very poppy feel here.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's more urban feel, really close to the city. Go see a Sox game, all that stuff Laura said. This is Coolidge.